Okay.
You have to hold it, I
Well,
think. It might just...
there. So your question was, and you're very curious, when you think back on your time on social media, how many times have you truly had your mind changed by someone's post, repost on a topic you're passionate about? And so it's how many times? Never, once, roughly 50% of the time, over 50% of the time.
And the
So,
results
and the
was...
results. Share with us the results.
Never was 20 people. Once was 6 people, roughly 50% of the time. 7 people, over 50% of the time. 0 people. And and obviously this is just a small little, like that's what, like less than 100 people right there. But the whole point is that what's the intent of why we're reposting someone else's post? Is it just really to say I'm right, you're wrong, or is it truly to enter in dialogue and to try to maybe hopefully change someone's mind for the good, like for an objective good, or is it merely just self gratifying ego of what's right or wrong? Because even if like this is my opinion, tell me if I'm wrong, but even if they're posting something that's true in the eyes of the church, and God would be like, thumbs up, that's a good moral point of view. Like, even if you're posting something like that in a snarky way, merely for your own self gratification, your own I'm right, you're wrong, is that still a good thing? I don't know. It doesn't make me feel well about it.
There are definitely posts that I can say with all honesty and objectivity that when I see people's stories, when I see people's posts, some posts capture my eye, and I look at it, and then I look at what information they have, or I click on the actual post and read about it. What's frustrating is when you have a post that's just an image and there's no caption, or there's nothing information, or nothing directing it to elsewhere, or even not an opinion. Because I can accept that hey, you post, that's your opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and then there are times where I've had to really discern: do I comment because I really want to, and where would my comment be taken? How would it be taken? Because a lot of times when you do comment on social media, they're a bunch of letters, and you can't really read a person's passion and the direction where they're taking it, because there's no intonation in text. And so many a time someone would reply back, and how do we read that? Do I read that as, oh, this person's being snarky, or this person is being gentle and kind, and the way that they're having that conversation? And I can be honest that there are times where I've read something that's a response that was, my intention was to be kind and loving, and the response was nothing but not kind and not loving. And as human beings, we're taken aback with that, and our feelings get hurt. And then I post like a little tear emoji.
Just yesterday, it just kind of came into the conversation. It wasn't intent to. It was about the ascension, but we ended up getting on a little rant in our small group about posting and stuff, and I think they didn't know what's the proper way to start maybe a emotionally triggering conversation, or how to start it. And I said, well, this is my thoughts. As soon as you see someone post something that you disagree with, the first question needs to be in your heart, why? And more specifically, what is their stance on the issue? When I see things, especially on Instagram stories specifically, it's always just like, this is the opinion. But like, why? Like, what made you think that? Why do you think that? There's more to just one sentence story, right? And people just see that, and like you said, don't even read the caption. There's no further information. I see this post, I'm going to respond back, you're wrong. And there's no why, there's no dialogue there.
or reading the background of that story, where that person is coming from, or whether or not that person even understands what they are saying. And sometimes we reply back, or do we actually understand what the teaching of the church is on that? And how do we respond in love? And I can say that I've made mistakes before.